Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television, radio, and podcast talk show. You can find us on television. That's abundant television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com and the biggest radio country station in South Carolina, WZLA. Oh, I love that station. They've got a morning show that is absolutely awesome. You've got to go ahead and check it out. And I just heard from the general manager, he has some Alabama listeners at that station.
Oh my goodness.
They've been calling into the morning show, so keep on digging it. It's a great, great place to be, but thank you again so much for watching. Continue sending email, by the way, Donna at donnasedge.com. That's Donna at donnasedge.com. Have my friend John Merrill with me today, doing all kinds of great things for the state of Alabama. I've been doing this for a very long time. You really care about communities, and that's what it takes to be a driver in what you do, Waggoner Engineering. And a lot of folks say you're the best Alabama Secretary of State we ever had.
Well, you're kind to say that. We certainly enjoyed our opportunity to serve in that capacity, and people were very kind to us. And of course, I am the only Republican to ever serve 2 terms in that role in the history of the state, and people had a lot of confidence in us and what we attempted to do. So thank you for mentioning that.
Let's talk about the whole state of Alabama. There are so many great tidbits. I mean, like farming, I'm a farmer, fishing industry, and just everything that fits into Alabama, and you're right in the middle of it.
Well, we try to be, because what we want to do is to help each and every community that we interact with achieve the highest level of performance that they're capable of achieving. And if that involves quality of life issues, if it involves infrastructure improvement issues, whether it's roads and bridges, water and sewer, even getting down to those quality of life issues like park design and development, long-range planning, things that are necessary in order for a community to be able to achieve their personal goals so they can offer the services that their people expect and should require, and to do so in a way that enables them to separate themselves from other neighboring communities and to be able to offer a different type of environment than other communities are offering in their general area or in their entire state.
And the quality of life actually seems to change from generation to generation. You know, what was really thought of as sought after, say, my grandparents' era, is a little bit different than today.
Of course, and there's no better example of that than Piedmont, Alabama. And of course, you know
Love
about
Piedmont.
Piedmont and growing up in parts of Calhoun County over there and watching Piedmont and seeing how Piedmont was in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, where it was just basically a bedroom community that made up of blue-collar families that were working hard every day to provide for their children and to provide for their personal lifestyle. But now Piedmont has become a destination bedroom community where people will go there to live because of the schools, because of the ball fields, the infrastructure for recreation that's in place. For example, in the school environment, those students that are enrolled in Piedmont Public Schools K through 12 each are given their own personal laptop each and every year when school starts, a brand new laptop that enables them to be able to do their homework that's assigned by their teachers. No cost for the family to be able to do that. It's gone from being a moderate to low performing school system to being one of the top performing school systems in the entire state of Alabama. A community designation where when you used to go through Piedmont, it was like, am I going to be able to get out of here with my tires still on my vehicle as I pass through the
With no
stop
cell
sign.
phone service. They were the last ones to get it, you know?
Exactly. Or now the question is, where is the nearest home that I might be able to buy so I can provide for my family to be able to live here? Because what they want is to let everybody know that they're a part of that community. Their trash cans, they changed them from being the regular green trash cans to being a blue trash can with a big gold P on the side that is the same logo that they have on their football helmets for Piedmont. And the law enforcement vehicles, the first responders, for ambulance, for fire departments, all look the same. They want that universal identification system to be a part of their community.
I think that's great. It's team spirit there. You go all over again. Then you have generations of really good folks like the Bennett family. James Bennett, I've known him for years. And his dad, started his own business, decades ago. And then James gets in there and just keeps it thriving. And so many generations, so many good people.
Exactly, and made it even bigger and stronger than it was before. And of course, James is one of the key governmental leaders in Calhoun County as the chairman of the Republican Party and has been for many years, who's very engaged in economic development issues and quality of life issues and infrastructure improvement issues, educational development and growth issues. All of those things are important to making sure your community is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, absolutely. And you got that going on here in Gadsden as well.
Yes.
I've seen Gadsden really change. I love Atala now. There was a time back in the day, back in the 60s, you didn't want to go to Atala at daytime, let alone at night.
Well,
They're
and
so
look,
safe now.
Larry Means, who is a former
a
state
great
senator
job.
and now is the mayor of Atala, doing a great job through his personal leadership, his engaging leadership by offering incentives for businesses to relocate and to come there, start up businesses in that area, and making sure that the schools are where they need to be, the ball fields are where they need to be, the quality of life issues that are so important to the success of that community are all where they need to be, so people, again, want to be a part of that community.
It's a great spot to stay the night. So many destinations. We stayed at the Comfort Inn. Nice place. You got to go check it out if you're traveling into this area. Right there in Atala, but it's close to the interstate. The interstate helps as well.
Yes, it does.
And it's a great distance. Birmingham, then Atlanta. The same with Anniston and Oxford. The interstates really help. I remember going to the Birmingham Zoo when I was a kid. Lived in Oxford. There was no Interstate 20. You went 78.
That's right.
It took forever to get there, but it was worth the trip. So I got to go
The
to
old
zoo.
Birmingham Highway.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
That was a good one. The Jimmy Morgan Zoo. And then when the interstate came in, we got to go on more trips to the zoo because it was just easier to get there.
Right.
Yeah. But lots of great folks made that happen.
Of course they did, and it was over a long period of time. I remember when they finally completed the interstate, because if you remember, it stopped in Heflin at exit 199, and of course the state line is another 15, 16 miles from there until the Georgia line, but there was no continuation, and so it actually ended there. And then in 1977, when they extended it all the way to the state line, they had a ribbon cutting for the interstate, but the way they did the ribbon cutting, they had Bobby Allison come over there and drive his car through the ribbon as the way they broke it and
Nothing
celebrated
could have been
that.
cooler
That's
than that.
Exactly right.
I mean, that's the way it goes.
That's right.
And also just, Oxford and all those towns that are growing, it's team leadership, and they care about the citizens as well. And they take each office is as important as anything, starting out with the city council.
Oh, yes, and look, you mentioned Oxford and all the great work that they're doing. Alton Kraft, who is the mayor of Oxford, and Bill Partridge, who is the chief of police and the best, in my estimation, the best law enforcement officer that we have in the state of Alabama, as a leader, whether it be a chief of police or a sheriff, who is fully committed to providing a safe and secure environment for his municipality, but also helping all of the surrounding areas in Calhoun County, all those municipalities in Calhoun County, but also in Cleburne and Talladega and St. Clair and Etowah, in the entire area, the entire state. Bill is committed to providing that kind of outstanding leadership for everybody. He's been president of the Chief of Police Association for the state of Alabama, but also for the nation as a whole.
And leaders like that like to see other communities be leaders as well. Great, and that's what makes a great leader in any town. I mean, just take your mayor here in Gadsden. I mean, he's so proud to help out the smaller communities.
Well, and look,
It helps him.
he's doing a great job. Craig Ford was a polarizing figure when he was in the Alabama legislature as the leader of the Democratic Party. When he was in the legislature, he took pride in being able to keep the Republicans in their place. But then when the tables were turned and the Republican Party became the majority party in 2010, he had to redirect the efforts in what was being done, served as the minority leader at that time for the Democratic Party, but then decided that he would run for the Senate. He ran as an independent, and then he ran for and was elected to be the mayor of Gadsden, which is a nonpartisan position. They actually have their State of the City address tonight in Gadsden. and a sold-out venue at the venue, which is just a little bit from here over by Cothrane's Bakery, which I know is one of your favorite locations. And so
that place.
we want to give kudos to Mayor Ford and what he's done, bringing in millions of dollars in federal and state resources to help with infrastructure projects, to help with water and sewer issues, to help with park design and development, to improve all of the things that are necessary to have a thriving community. And he continues to not only offer great leadership, but enormous success in economic development and growth.
Oh, and it's something you can hand down. Great examples. Okay, so take folks like Bobby Ledbetter, Twin City Used Car Sales. We're there right now at his dealership located in Gadsden, Alabama. Check it out, BobbyLedbetter.com. But it's the neat thing about being a small business is and I can do that. So I'm a small business owner. I can come up with an idea and just make it happen. And that's what he does. So Bobby wakes up one night last week and he said, Donna, I'm going to be at the Gadsden Mall. And so, how long have you been planning this? I just started. I just thought about it last night. But I do that, and it drives my husband crazy because I'll come up with an idea, and I'll say, I got to tell you now. So I'm waking him up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, you know what time it is? And I'm like, I got to tell you now. Forget it. I've got to tell you. So people can use their imagination when they're in a community like this, and you're not afraid to. And you can make your business grow. And when you're making your business grow, you're helping the community to grow as well.
You really are. And one of the things that Bobby has done everywhere he's ever been, whether it's up in the Twin City area in Fort Payne and Rainsville, or whether it's here in Etowah County and Gadsden, is he has improved the opportunity for all the people that he tries to serve, not just the people that he's trying to get a new vehicle for or a different kind of vehicle for, but the people that he's trying to make sure are able to have a good meal to eat every night. The services that he's provided, the opportunities for those individuals to be able to make sure that they are taking advantage of everything they can grab a hold of in their community. And we've been a part of those things throughout Northeast Alabama,
Yeah, that was
Jackson
fun,
County,
wasn't it?
DeKalb County, Etowah County. Throughout the entire area has really meant a lot to us personally, as well as to Bobby and all the people he serves.
Learned so many things. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. Good afternoon. We're back. Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge television, radio, and podcast talk show, and social media, too. We got to do that, too. You know, social media has been a huge way to grow a business, and I'm the first to admit it. Facebook Live is wonderful, but you have to know how to use it. You have to have the tools, and you kind of have to make a few mistakes along the way.
Well, it's funny you say that. Look, I was just reading the other day where somebody said, do people not understand when you go with a Facebook Live, if you say you're going live, then when you initiate the live introduction, you need to be prepared to go live because
do it.
Because they say, you know, we're going to go live, and then they're still there like 3 or 4 minutes later, and they haven't started broadcasting anything or having any kind of comment. And the person that I was reading this description from said, and I'm out of there after 30 seconds if you're not doing anything, because that's an expectation that people have. I mean, they're not going to just wait around for you. There is no commercial interruption. You need to be prepared to move forward, or you need to go find something else to do.
That's true. And in television, radio, whatever, if 1 second goes by, for some reason, people think it's 10 minutes. I mean, that's just the way it is. And that's why customer service is so important. And I'm going to say that a lot of small businesses handle their own customer service, which it puts you way ahead of everybody else. I mean, how many times have you called a big national company, you're on hold, you're talking to this person, then that person, and that, and then the third person can finally do it and they hang up on you. Well, you talk to someone in a small business, they care about you. They care about your business. They care about their business. That's why they take good care of you.
That's exactly right. And you know, the larger chains and the larger companies that you're referring to, those that have been able to master that performance standard for customer service are the ones that have done the best financially. And the best example I can think of is Chick-fil-A Corporation, because Chick-fil-A is one of the largest producers of fast food products of any group that we can name, and yet people will pay a little extra. People will wait just a little bit longer because they know it's going to be a quality product and it's going to be a product that they would not mind sharing with anybody in their family. And they'll pay a little extra and they'll spend a little extra time to be treated right and well.
Folks have a little more pocket change, and they're actually putting businesses in at the Gadsden Mall, you know, with Kaylee Johnson out there. She's running that whole, and she's doing an excellent job. Her background is retail, so that puts her way above anybody else to start with. So what would you like to say? What are 3 points, someone who's thinking about putting a business into the Gadsden Mall or anywhere else, what are 3 things they need to really work on to be a success?
Well, one of the things is you need to determine what product or service do you need to provide that is missing from the community where you're currently living, and why do you want to provide this service? If it's just to meet a need, then that may not be enough with the level of enthusiasm it can generate for you or the customer base you're trying to reach in order to be successful. But when you can match your energy and your enthusiasm for that particular product or service with the need in that community, it gives you an advantage. And then you need to make sure that the service or the product that you're providing is not only one of a high quality, but one that people will say, yes, this is what we've been waiting for in this particular area. And when that match occurs, people are going to be doubly excited about why you're doing that and where you're doing it. I think the other thing that is so important is understanding that everybody is not always looking for the same thing. And you don't need to try to tailor what you're doing to what the need may be, because the needs can change and the opinions can change and the desire can change for that customer base that you're trying to reach. But when you feel as though you've been able to identify a niche that you can meet, it changes the entire dynamic of what it is that you're providing. For example, if someone had told you 50 years ago that a chicken sandwich shop that only served chicken was going to be the #1 quality fast food producer in the nation in the next 50 years, you would have made fun of them, because first of all, the only fast food chicken that we had was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right.
Now, which is actually rebranded and is known as KFC. But I think an example of having a commitment to quality and their primary food service, as Chick-fil-A is, shows a contrast with what we grew up having, the #1 fast food provider, and where it is today, which is McDonald's. Because McDonald's has changed what they have made their bread and butter on, which used to be hamburgers, French fries, milkshakes, to McCafe with salads, chicken, all of these different things. They can't really figure out who they are, and yet they're still #1 because of billions and billions served, but they don't have the market share that they had before, which is why in 6 days Chick-fil-A can provide a higher profit margin than any other group, and they close on Sundays because that's the Lord's Day.
And let's think about competition. A lot of folks are afraid to let competition in. They don't want that. But I definitely remember Quintard Avenue back in the 1960s, 1970s having a Jack's, and that was it. You would go down Quintard and there was nowhere to eat. Then competition starts coming in. Well, Jack's grew too. You know, folks like, well, they're going to put Jack's out of business. They did not put Jack's out of business. Remember the old, who was it, the spokesperson for that? Jack's hamburgers 15 cents or so, good. You go back to Jack. Cousin Cliff.
I was going to say, wasn't it Cousin Cliff?
Cousin Cliff, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I loved Cousin Cliff. But anyway, he was the spokesperson for that. I think they started out at 10 cents, then they went to 15 cents. But that did nothing bad to, it only brought more awareness into eating out.
Right.
So you didn't brown bag your sandwich when you went on a trip anymore.
That's right.
I kind of miss those days, though.
No doubt. We especially miss those prices.
Absolutely. But competition is really a great thing. So embrace it. You know, that competitor is actually going to bring more awareness into your brand, especially if it's a brand no one knows about.
That's right.
Yeah, it happened in the cell phone business. Everybody had a pager. No one had a cell phone. And I got started, I was the first person hired in Anniston, Alabama. And it was like, I'm beating my head up against a brick wall. What am I doing wrong here? Well, one of the police officers came to me and said, I think you need to really be selling these on, safety, out on the road because women are, and I said, why haven't I been doing that? So it was a police officer who brought that to my mind, and I did it, and it worked. And so, now everybody has a cell phone.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have a pager anymore?
No, but I remember when you started doing that, those were bag phones.
Yes, they were.
Or they were mounted units in the vehicle, as opposed to today where everybody just slips one in their pocket.
Well, they were 3-watt phones. And I wish they would come back because they really are the best phones. Your phone here is 0.6 of a watt. So the bag phones, even though they didn't look very cool, they were 3-watt phones. That's what I sold the most of. But now I had some of those guys. Now your uncle went with the bag phone. No, it was an install first, then he did the bag phone, then he finally went to, I think it was the flip phone. Mm-hmm. Mr. Merrill.
And now he doesn't even have a phone. If you don't get him on the house phone in Macaville, you ain't getting him.
If I wasn't in the business, you wouldn't be getting me either.
That's right. 83 years old.
Always a short bit. That's just another example to Anniston, Alabama. That law firm was like the best, but they cared about the community.
That's right.
Right there by the post office.
That's right.
Yeah, I would see him sometimes. He would walk to the post office from his office. But he was a good businessman.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And remember the Victoria up there as well, had all those Rotary Club meetings.
That's right.
The morning. Did you ever go to one of those?
No, but I have been to that location numerous times for a lot of different events, but that was an opportunity that someone saw that took advantage of by revitalizing that antebellum structure and turning it into one of the most beautiful places in Calhoun County, right there off Quintard.
Oh, beautiful. But we had the morning Rotary clubs there. And it was a fantastic place. And I chose the morning over the afternoon because in the afternoon Rotary Club they had, I would usually be too busy to get, life started. Morning was better. But, that was a good place. You need to be part of the community in good clubs like the Rotary Club.
Absolutely.
Those are good ones as well.
Community service is something that we've lost focus on giving back, and especially with our young people today, many of them feel as though as long as I'm providing for myself, providing for my family, I don't need to be giving back to and making a contribution to the community. I just need to take care of myself, not realizing that unless we have that community effort, that collaborative effort in the community, there are many needs that will not be met because as individuals we cannot meet those needs. And that's something that community service organizations and clubs are so important to today.
And they are the absolute best. That was the little timer telling us that the show is over. I can't believe this. It just goes by too fast. John, how can folks get in contact with you?
Look, any way that we can be helpful, reach out to us on my cell phone at 334-328-2787. We want to continue to enable you to work with your elected and your appointed officials in your community so that they can provide you with the quality of life and the services for infrastructure development and improvement that are necessary for you to enjoy your community more and more every day.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. And thank you for watching. Continue sending email, by the way, Donna at donnasedge.com, Donna at donnasedge.com. I treasure each email. See you later.